All right, so are you ready to dive into this Pure Slim X thing?
Let's do it.
Seems like everybody's talking about it these days. So
Yeah.
you sent me their website, and it
Uh,
looks like they've translated into like every language, which is
all
a
right.
little bit crazy. And then there's this independent review that you found.
Yeah.
We even have some stories from people who've actually tried it. So
Yeah. We got a lot to unpack here.
where do we even start with all this?
Well, I think a good place to start is with their big promise, right?
Okay.
Effortless weight loss. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Right.
They're saying this supplement can, like, speed up your fat burning, make those cravings disappear, and boost your metabolism.
Like they're targeting all the problem areas,
Exactly.
like belly, thighs, hips, those stubborn
Yeah.
spots.
The spots that nobody wants.
And they're even saying it gives you more energy,
Yeah.
which, like, who wouldn't want that? Especially if you're trying to cut back on calories.
Absolutely. It's pretty common concern, right? Feeling tired and sluggish when you're dieting. So they're addressing that head on.
So it's like a clever marketing tactic.
It is.
But the question is, does it actually work?
Right. That's the million-dollar question.
So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What's actually in this stuff?
Okay, so the main ingredients are a blend of magnesium,
Okay.
calcium, and sodium beta-hydroxybutyrate.
Sodium beta-hydroxybutyrate.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Okay.
But you'll often find these ingredients in ketogenic supplements.
Oh, so it's like tapping into that whole keto trend.
Exactly. The idea is that these ingredients can help your body switch into fat-burning mode.
But hold on a sec. They only tell us the total amount of this blend, like 800 milligrams. But there's no breakdown of how much of each ingredient is in there.
Yeah, that's a little bit shady, don't you think?
Yeah, it definitely raises a red flag for me. Like, are they hiding something?
It makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
Without knowing the individual doses, it's really hard to tell if this blend is even strong enough to do anything.
And how are you even supposed to take it?
So they recommend 2 capsules a day. You take them 15 to 30 minutes before your biggest meal.
Okay.
Or you can open the capsules and mix the powder with water if you have trouble swallowing pills.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that really jumped out at me.
What's that?
Neither the official website nor that independent review you found
Right.
mentions any scientific studies.
That's a biggie. You know, they have all these user testimonials that sound really convincing.
Yeah.
But those are just personal experiences, right?
Right.
Without solid scientific research to back up their claims, it's tough to say if Pure Slim X really does what it promises.
So we're basically just supposed to take their word for it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's not very reassuring, especially since we don't even know the exact amounts of each ingredient.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like they're asking us to trust them blindly.
It does. And you know, they do have that standard FDA disclaimer on their website.
Oh, yeah, the one that says,
This isn't a miracle cure and results may vary.
right. But honestly, who even reads those?
It's easy to just skim over them when you're excited about the possibility of losing weight easily.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about those testimonials. The Pure Sling X website is packed with them.
Oh, yeah.
People from all over the world, Sweden, the US, UK, they're all claiming some pretty amazing results.
It's a smart marketing tactic.
Right.
It makes the product seem more relatable and trustworthy when you see real names and locations.
Exactly. Like if it worked for Emma from Sweden, maybe it'll work for me too.
Right.
But then there's Anders, also from Sweden,
Okay.
who said that Pure Slim X was the only thing that actually worked for him after trying like a million other weight loss products.
Wow.
That's got to mean something, right?
I mean, it definitely plays on that desperation that a lot of people feel after trying everything else.
Right.
But remember, these are just individual experiences.
Yeah.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Okay, I get it. But what about that independent review site that you found? The one in German?
Oh, yes. This is where things get interesting.
You gotta tell me more.
They didn't just summarize the product information. They actually ran their own 4-week test.
Wait, they actually tested it themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
So they had this volunteer named Mila,
Okay.
and she lost almost 3 kilograms without changing her diet or exercise routine at all.
Seriously. That's pretty impressive.
It is.
Especially considering she didn't even have to change her lifestyle.
Right. It suggests that Pure Slim X might actually have some impact on weight loss.
So maybe there is something to this whole Pure Slim X thing.
Maybe, but we need more data to be sure.
Okay, so we've got glowing testimonials, an independent review showing some promising results,
Yeah.
but no scientific studies to back it up.
It's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm starting to see a pattern here.
The lack of transparency.
Yeah, and a whole lot of hype.
Exactly.
But we're not done yet, right? There's still more to uncover about Pure Slim X.
Oh, yeah. there are still a lot of unanswered questions.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break with more of our deep dive into Pure Slim X. So we've got this product, Pure Slim X, making these big promises.
Yeah.
Some positive buzz around it, but no real scientific evidence.
It's kind of like they're saying, trust us, it works.
Right, but they're not really giving us a good reason to trust them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a common tactic in the supplement industry.
Yeah, rely on marketing and testimonials to create all this hype.
And hope that people don't look too closely at the science.
Because, let's face it, most of us just want that quick fix.
Of course.
Who has time to read through all those research papers?
Nobody.
But maybe that's part of the problem.
It could be. We get so caught up in the idea of easy results
Right.
that we forget to ask the important questions.
So what are we missing here? If we really wanted to investigate this Slim X thing.
Well, for starters, we need more information about the ingredients.
Okay.
What are the specific amounts of magnesium, calcium, and sodium beta hydroxybutyrate?
Right, because they only give us the total amount of the blend.
Exactly. We don't know the individual doses.
Which means we can't really know if they're effective.
Exactly. And we also don't know anything about potential side effects.
That's true. You know, I was reading through some of those customer reviews on their website, and a lot of people were saying that they felt less hungry after taking Pure Slim X.
Interesting. Could be a placebo effect.
Maybe. Or maybe it's actually doing something.
It's possible. You know, some studies suggest that beta hydroxybutyrate can help suppress appetite.
Really?
Yeah.
But again, we don't know the dosage in Pure Slim X.
So it's hard to say for sure.
It's like they're only telling us half the story.
Right.
They highlight the potential benefits, but they're not giving us all the details.
Which makes it difficult to make an informed decision.
That's why it's so important to talk to your doctor before trying any new supplement,
Absolutely.
especially one that claims to affect your metabolism and appetite.
Your doctor can help you understand the potential risks and benefits.
Okay, so talk to your doctor first. Got it. But what about that independent review site?
Right.
The one that actually tested Pure Slim X?
Yes. Their volunteer Mila lost weight without changing her diet or exercise.
Which seems like pretty good evidence that it works.
It's tempting to think so, but we
Yeah.
have to remember that this is just one person's experience.
So we can't really generalize from that.
Exactly.
So what would it take to really prove or disprove Pure Slim X's claims?
Ideally, we would want to see large-scale, randomized controlled trials.
Okay, and what would that look like?
Well, participants would be randomly assigned to either receive the supplement or a placebo.
Okay.
And neither the researchers nor the participants would know who's getting what.
So it's like a double-blind study.
Exactly. This helps to eliminate bias and provide more reliable results.
So basically, we need a gold standard scientific study to really get to the bottom of this.
That would be the best way to know for sure.
But in the meantime, what can our listeners do
Well,
to make an informed decision about Pure Slim X?
I would say approach the information with a healthy dose of skepticism. Look beyond the flashy headlines and testimonials.
Don't just take their word for it.
Exactly. Do your own research.
Research the ingredients, look for potential side effects, and consider the source of the information.
Is it coming from a credible, unbiased source, or is it just marketing hype?
Okay, so be a savvy consumer, do your homework, but let's say someone's already tried Pure Slim X.
Okay.
Maybe they're even seeing some positive results. What advice would you give them?
I would still say it's important to monitor your body's response
Okay.
and talk to your doctor.
So even if you're feeling great and you're losing weight, keep your doctor in the loop.
Exactly. They can help you interpret those results and make sure you're staying safe.
Okay, now I want to shift gears a bit and talk about the bigger picture.
Okay.
We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages about weight loss.
It's true.
Quick fixes, miracle cures. It's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember that there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
So how can our listeners navigate this landscape and make choices that are right for them?
I think it starts with shifting your focus away from the number on the scale
Okay.
and towards a more holistic approach to health and well-being.
What does that look like in practice?
It means prioritizing behaviors that nourish your body and mind.
Like what?
Things like eating a balanced diet, getting regular physical activity, managing stress, and cultivating a positive body image.
So it's not just about losing weight.
No.
It's about taking care of your whole self.
Exactly. And those are the foundations of sustainable health.
Okay, but let's be real. It's easier said than done.
True.
We live in a society that often glorifies thinness.
It's a constant pressure.
So how do we break free from that and embrace a more balanced approach to our bodies?
It's a journey that requires both internal and external work.
What do you mean?
Well, internally, it's about challenging those negative thoughts and beliefs that we have absorbed from society.
The ones that tell us we're not good enough
Exactly.
because of our size or shape.
It's about recognizing that our worth is not determined by our appearance.
That's so important. What about the external work?
That's about surrounding ourselves with positive influences,
Oh.
people who support and uplift us.
Media that promotes body diversity
Yes.
and communities that celebrate health in all its forms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about creating a space where we feel safe and empowered to be ourselves.
I love that.
Yeah.
But let's face it, there will always be that temptation to try the latest diet fad or the newest miracle supplement.
There will be.
So how can our listeners resist those quick fix promises?
I think one helpful strategy is to shift your mindset from deprivation to abundance.
Okay.
Instead of focusing on what you're giving up,
Right.
focus on all the amazing things you can enjoy.
Fill your plate with colorful fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
Find new ways to move your body that bring you joy.
And prioritize activities that nourish your soul.
When you're feeling satisfied and fulfilled, those quick fixes become less appealing.
Exactly. It's about creating a life that's so rich and vibrant that you don't have time for those empty promises.
It's about investing in yourself, in your long-term health and happiness.
Exactly. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
There will be ups and downs.
But the key is to keep coming back to those core values.
Self-care, self-love, and a commitment to nourishing your body and mind.
In ways that feel good and sustainable.
I love that. So where does that leave us with Pure Slim X?
Well, we've unpacked the claims, the ingredients, the testimonials, and that independent review.
But the big question remains, is it worth trying?
That's a question only you can answer.
But it's a decision that's best made in consultation with your doctor.
Absolutely. They can take into account your individual health history, your goals, and any potential risks.
Okay, so before you even think about buying Pure Slim X, talk to your doctor.
That's always a good first step.
But what kind of questions should our listeners be asking?
Well, first, I would be upfront about your interest in Pure Slim X
Okay.
and ask your doctor for their honest opinion.
So don't be shy about bringing it up.
No, your doctor is there to help you.
What else?
Definitely ask about those ingredients.
The magnesium, calcium, and sodium beta-hydroxybutyrate.
Yes. Since we don't know the exact amounts, your doctor can help you understand the potential effects of each ingredient.
Both individually and in combination.
Right. And they can also tell you about any potential side effects or interactions with medications you might be taking.
Safety first, always.
Uh.
Okay, what other questions would be helpful?
Well, since there's a lack of independent scientific research on Pure Slim X, you could ask your doctor about the current research on beta-hydroxybutyrate.
And its role in weight loss?
Exactly. They might be aware of studies that support or refute the claims made by Pure Slim X.
It's all about getting that expert perspective.
And separating fact from fiction.
Anything else our listeners should discuss with their doctor?
Yes, don't hesitate to ask about alternative approaches to weight loss.
Okay.
Your doctor can provide personalized guidance on healthy eating habits, exercise routines, or even behavioral therapies that might be more effective for you.
Right, because true health is about so much more than just taking a pill.
It's about making choices that support your overall well-being.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Pure Slim X, what are the key takeaways?
Well, Pure Slim X is a weight loss supplement with some interesting possibilities.
But it also comes with some uncertainties.
The lack of transparency about the ingredients and the absence of strong scientific research are definitely red flags.
We've seen those glowing testimonials, but we also know that individual experiences can vary.
And what works for one person might not work for another.
That independent review with Mila's weight loss journey is encouraging, but it's just one data point.
We need more information to draw any firm conclusions.
So ultimately, the decision of whether or not to try Pure Slim X is a personal one.
And it's a decision that should be made in consultation with your healthcare provider,
They can help you weigh the potential benefits and risks.
based on your unique health profile and goals.
And remember, true health is a journey, not a destination.
It's about making choices that support your physical, mental, and emotional well-being.
It's about nourishing your body with healthy foods, moving your body in ways that feel good, and cultivating a positive relationship with yourself.
No matter your size or shape.
Well said. This has been a fascinating deep dive into not just a product, but the whole idea of weight loss and well-being.
It has.
We've learned that there are no quick fixes or magic pills.
That's right.
True health comes from making informed choices, listening to our bodies, and prioritizing our overall well-being.
I think that's a great message to end on.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery. And remember, keep asking questions, keep exploring, and keep striving for that balance of body and mind that defines a truly healthy life.
Until next time, stay curious.
So it sounds like true health is less about those shortcuts and more about those choices that are good for us in the long run.
Exactly.
So where does that leave us with Pure Slim X? I mean, we've talked about the claims and the ingredients and the testimonials,
Right.
even that independent review. But the big question
Is it worth trying?
yeah,
Well, that's a question that only you can answer.
right.
And it's a decision that you should really make with your doctor.
Okay, so before you even think about adding it to your cart, talk to your doctor.
Definitely.
But what kind of questions should our listeners be asking?
Well, first, I would be upfront about your interest in Pure Slim X
Okay,
and just ask your doctor what they think about it.
so don't be shy.
No. Your doctor is there to help you navigate these decisions.
What else?
Definitely ask about the ingredients.
Right, because we still don't know the exact amounts.
Exactly. So your doctor can help you understand the potential effects of each ingredient.
And any potential side effects.
Right. And they can also check for interactions with any medications you might be taking.
Okay, safety first.
Always.
What other questions would be helpful?
Well, since there's no real scientific research on Pure Slim X specifically,
Yeah,
you could ask your doctor about the current research on beta-hydroxybutyrate in general.
and its role in weight loss.
Exactly. They might know about studies that either support or refute the claims made by Pure Slim X.
Okay, so basically get that expert perspective.
Yeah. And separate fact from fiction.
Anything else our listeners should talk to their doctor about?
Yeah, don't be afraid to discuss other ways to lose weight.
Okay.
Your doctor can give you personalized advice on healthy eating habits.
Exercise routines.
Right. Or even behavioral therapies that might be more effective and sustainable for you.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Pure Slim X, what are the key takeaways?
Well, I think the biggest one is that Pure Slim X is a weight loss supplement with some potential.
But it also has some big question marks.
The lack of transparency about the ingredients and the lack of solid scientific research are definitely concerning.
And even though we've seen those amazing testimonials, we know that everyone's different.
What works for one person might not work for another.
And that independent review with Mila is interesting,
It is.
but it's just one person's story.
Right. We need more data to really know if Pure Slim X is effective.
So the decision of whether or not to try it is up to you.
But talk to your doctor first.
They can help you make an informed decision.
That's right.
And remember, true health isn't about quick fixes.
It's about making choices that support your overall well-being.
It's about nourishing your body, moving your body, and having a positive relationship with yourself.
Exactly.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive,
It has.
not just into Pure Slim X, but into the whole world of weight loss and well-being.
We've covered a lot of ground.
And we've learned that there's no magic bullet.
There isn't.
True health comes from making informed choices
Listening to your body.
and taking care of yourself.
Exactly.
So thanks for joining us on this journey. And remember, keep asking questions, keep exploring, and keep striving for that balance of body and mind that leads to a truly healthy life.
That's great advice.
And that's it for this episode of The Deep Dive. See you next time.